So hey, just a heads up, my parents are moving in with us. Great news, huh? Can you start cleaning the guest room or whatever?
Excuse me, moving in? When did this happen?
Last night, I stayed over at their place, remember? They were like, "Oh, Stuart, we're so old, our knees hurt, we can't climb stairs anymore." And I was like, "Say no more." So I told them, "Yeah, move in with us." Boom, problem solved.
Wait. You just offered to let them move in with us without asking me?
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, they're my parents. They raised me, wiped my butt, fed me chicken nuggets. Lots of chicken nuggets, like almost every day until I graduated from high school. This is the least I can do.
Stuart, you didn't adopt a puppy. You just invited 2 adults to live with us indefinitely. And you didn't even mention it to me first?
I didn't think it was a big deal. You're my wife now. That makes them your parents too, right? So it's basically like one big happy family reunion, but permanent.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Living with your elderly in-laws isn't a sitcom. It's a full-time job I didn't sign up for.
Come on, Amanda, you're being super negative right now. You haven't even met them properly in like 2 months. They're chill. Well, mostly. Dad likes his morning radio really loud, and Mom doesn't like the smell of shampoo, but other than that, it'll be super easy.
Oh my God, Stuart, who's going to take them to doctor appointments? Who's making their meals? Who's running their errands?
I don't know. I guess you?
Me?
I mean, yeah, you're better at that kind of stuff, and it's not like I can take time off work every time my mom needs to buy a new heating pad or something.
I also work full-time, in case you forgot.
Right, but you're like normal job full-time. You're not management like me. I've got pressure, you know? I got responsibility. People count on me.
So, because I'm not a manager, I'm supposed to juggle elder care and housework and my job while you act like a visiting prince?
I mean, if we're being honest, yeah, you're way better at multitasking, and like, you're not even at the office today. You've been in bed for what, 3 days?
Because I'm sick, Stuart. I have a fever. I've been throwing up. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, and not to be rude, but the place has been kinda gross since you stopped doing stuff. I had to wipe the counters myself yesterday with paper towels. It was awful.
You poor thing.
I just think we should focus on the big picture here. My parents need help. You're the logical choice. We've got space, you've got time, they've got needs. It's like fate, you know?
No, I do not know. And the fact that you're laying this all on me while I'm too sick to sit upright tells me exactly how little you care.
That's unfair. I totally care. I'm here, aren't I?
You're not here. You went to your parents' house and only came back to tell me we have new roommates. That's not care, that's cowardice.
You make it sound like I abandoned you in a thunderstorm or something. I just needed a break. You weren't doing anything. I was hungry. The laundry was piling up.
I was bedridden, Stuart. Bedridden. You ran off to your mommy because I wasn't up to cooking?
Look, can we just reset this convo? Maybe you're cranky from being sick. Once you get your strength back, you'll see this cohabitation plan is actually genius.
Stuart, I am dangerously close to throwing my phone across the room.
Don't do that! Phones are expensive! And since my parents are gonna live with us, we'll need a lot more money on hand.
Then do me a favor. Don't message me again for a while. I'm going back to sleep. This conversation has made me feel 10 times worse.
Fine, rest up. We can revisit this once you're feeling more like your usual helpful self.
Wow, truly inspiring. Good night, Stuart. Or should I say, good luck. Excuse me, but what exactly is going on here? I just heard from Stuart that you refuse to let us move in. As his wife, you think you have the right to say no? What kind of arrogant behavior is that? Hello, Linda. It's been a while. I understand you're upset, but if we could maybe talk about this later, I'm currently sick and resting. I haven't been able to go to work in days. Your sniffles can wait. This is more important. Do you think I'd care about a little cold when we're trying to coordinate a move? My husband and I already started boxing up the crystal, and then I find out you're putting a stop to everything. How selfish can you be? I think there's been some misunderstanding. Stuart never consulted me about this. He just informed me out of nowhere while I was bedridden that the two of you were moving in, and when I asked about logistics, he said I would be the one handling everything, like doctors, cleaning, meals, errands. Well, obviously, you're the wife. That's your whole job description. What, you thought Stuart was going to do it? Please! He's a busy man. Stress gives him hives. We didn't raise him to be a caregiver. That's the daughter-in-law's job. Everyone knows that. That's not only outdated, it's insulting. I work full-time. I already manage the entire household. And now I'm supposed to be your personal nurse and chauffeur, too? Yes, now you're getting it. We're thinking of moving in around the end of the month. I'll need the spare room converted into something more age-appropriate. I'm talking about non-slip flooring, a special reclining bed, blackout curtains for my migraines. Oh, and while we're at it, we'll need an elevator installed for the basement. An elevator? Of course! The stairs are treacherous, and my husband insists on storing his golf bags downstairs. Honestly, it's a hazard waiting to happen. We can't risk our hips at our age. I've looked into the cost already. Don't worry, you just need to coordinate it and pay for it. Linda, this is getting ridiculous. Not at all. It's perfectly reasonable. You're young and energetic, and we're tired. That's how life works. Now, about the budget, we won't be contributing any money whatsoever to household expenses. Hope that's okay. You're telling me you want to move in, make me your full-time caregiver, remodel my house, and not pay a single cent? Correct! Oh, and just to make sure things run smoothly, I'll need you to cook breakfast and dinner every day. Handmade, organic, allergen-free meals only, please. None of that greasy frozen nonsense or pre-made food that's stuffed full of preservatives and whatnot. My husband is on a very particular diet. Also, he'll need a ride to his golf class every Saturday. I attend a book club on Sunday afternoons, so block that off too. Wait, you're serious? You expect me to personally drive you to your weekend hobbies? Naturally, your family. And what's the point of having a daughter-in-law if she doesn't support you socially? Oh, and speaking of that, I have one more tiny request. We'd like a little monthly allowance. Nothing too big, just a few $100. You know, for elder networking. Elder networking? Yes, lunches with old friends, gift exchanges, the occasional wellness retreat. It's very emotionally nourishing, but it's hard to ask Stuart directly. He gets stressed when we talk about money. You seem like you have savings, though, and a decent job. You're still working, right? I'm recovering from a stress-induced illness, and you're telling me to fund your social life? Oh, don't be so dramatic. You're young. Your body will bounce back. Mine, on the other hand, is delicate and full of wisdom. We need comfort in our old age, not confrontation. So just say yes and we'll get things rolling. No. Excuse me? No to all of it. I'm not funding your hobbies. I'm not remodeling my house. I'm not chauffeuring you across town. And I'm not letting two freeloaders with a list of demands longer than a CVS receipt move into my home. You don't get a say! You're the wife. You do what you're told. That might be how you run your household, but not mine. I'm not your maid. I'm not your retirement plan. And I'm definitely not your ATM. You'll have to find another solution, because I am absolutely not agreeing to this cohabitation. So, you're rejecting us completely? That's your final answer? It is. And just so you know, this conversation has made me feel even worse than before. So, congratulations! I'm putting down my phone now. Please don't message me again.
So, I heard from the doctor you're gonna be in the hospital for like a week? Maybe 2? That's not ideal, Amanda.
Yes, I have a bleeding ulcer. The doctor said it's from stress and that I need complete rest.
Wow, that really sucks for me.
I didn't plan this, Stuart.
Yeah, I get that, but you being out of the house really messed up my routine, you know? I had to eat from the convenience store 3 days in a row. Do you know how depressing that is?
You're complaining about eating fast food while I'm hooked up to an IV and barely able to keep buttered toast down?
I'm just saying some warning would have been nice. And there were dirty dishes in the sink when I got home. The vacuum hadn't moved an inch. I had to do it all myself. Me! Vacuuming! Can you believe that?
Wow, Stuart. I'm impressed. You managed to operate a vacuum cleaner. That's something only about 99% of adults can do.
Anyway, since you're basically out of commission and I can't be expected to run a whole house by myself, I figured this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and make the move official.
Wait a second. Move? What move?
My parents! I told them you're in the hospital, and they were like, well, this is our time to shine. So we went ahead and brought their stuff over. They've already started unpacking. I didn't want to bother you with the details while you're weak and all.
You what?
Look, it just made sense. You said no before, but now you're not even home. So really, it's a win-win. They're settled in. We'll adjust.
I told you clearly and repeatedly that I did not want to live with your parents. I said it every time you brought it up. I was not ambiguous.
Yeah, but you were being stubborn. I figured once it was happening, you'd get used to it. Like, eventually you'd see the logic, you know?
The logic in steamrolling me and inviting two freeloaders to move in while I'm in a hospital bed?
Freeloaders, hey, that's my family you're talking about. And another thing, you're not really in a position to object, Amanda. You're literally not fulfilling your wifely duties right now, so you kinda lost your veto privileges.
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, come on, don't make this a whole thing. Look, if you really hate it that much, you could just stay in the hospital longer or something.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be returning to that house. I'm going to my parents' place once I'm discharged.
Wait, what?
I'm not coming back, Stuart. Not ever.
What are you saying? You're not talking about divorce, are you?
Yes, Stuart. Yes, I am.
Whoa, hold on just 1 second. That's way out of proportion. Just because I made a few executive decisions while you were out of commission, you're gonna throw away our whole marriage?
You didn't make executive decisions. You made selfish ones. You disrespected me, ignored my wishes, treated me like an unpaid maid, and now you've invaded my home with your demanding, delusional parents. This is not a partnership. This is a coup, and I'm not sticking around 1 second longer.
This is coming out of nowhere! I mean, yeah, things have been a little rocky, but not divorce rocky. Like, is this really about my parents?
Not entirely, no. Your parents are the final straw, but this started long before them.
Then tell me what's really going on here!
Fine, let's talk about your little hobby, the one in the tight office skirt and fake lashes.
What?!
You've been having an affair with that part-time college student from your office. You thought I wouldn't notice?
Whoa! Okay, hold it right there, Amanda. That's crazy! Where is this even coming from?
From last year's company holiday party. You remember it, don't you? I went home early with a migraine, and you stayed out just a little longer. I happened to pass by the cafe near the station on my way back and saw you both walking hand in hand. You were laughing like teenagers sneaking away from home.
That wasn't me! It could have been anyone!
You were wearing the ugly striped scarf I got you. She was wearing your coat. It wasn't anyone else.
Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean it was serious. We were just hanging out, grabbing drinks sometimes. You know, workplace bonding.
Workplace bonding? With your tongue?
Come on, Amanda, don't get all forensic about it.
I've known for a year. I've collected evidence, photos, receipts, phone logs, screenshots. I have every detail that I need to prove my case.
You've been spying on me for a year?
I wasn't spying, I was preparing, because I knew if I confronted you too early, you'd gaslight me. Say I was imagining things, so I waited. I worked overtime. I got promoted. I became financially independent, and I made a plan.
This is crazy! This is betrayal!
No, Stuart. Betrayal is cheating on your wife, forcing her to manage a household alone. And then dropping your parents on her like she's your unpaid nursemaid.
You don't understand. She came on to me. She was persistent. I didn't even like her that much. It was just a fling, okay? A little tiny fling.
A fling that lasted a year? That included late-night dates 3 times a week, business trips to motels with hourly rates, and romantic texts about how she was your light-in-the-dark office.
That's private information. You don't have a right to know about all that.
It's not private anymore, doofus.
Okay, look, I messed up, but we can fix this, right? We don't need to involve lawyers. I can stop seeing her. I'll go right now and tell her it's over.
It doesn't matter anymore. I'm not staying with a man who only acknowledges reality when he's caught. I'm filing for divorce the day I'm discharged. And my lawyer will be in touch about damages.
You're serious? Like, serious?
Dead serious. And if you think I'll be guilted into backing down just because you're panicking now, think again.
This is such an overreaction. You're blowing everything out of proportion. No one gets divorced over one tiny mistake.
You didn't make one mistake, Stuart. You made 100. You just assumed I'd never notice. Or worse, you thought I'd notice and let it go because I didn't have options.
So that's it, huh? You're really leaving? You're really gonna throw this all away?
You already threw it away. I'm just taking out the trash.
What about our house? Our future? You can't just walk out like that!
I can, and I am. I suggest you get used to the sound of your mother's voice echoing through every room because she's the only one you'll be living with from now on.
This is insane! This is actually insane!
No, this is justice. And just a heads up, my lawyer is very thorough, so I hope you kept all your receipts. I'll be needing them.
Wait! Amanda, please! We need to talk more about this! Don't rush into this!
I've spent a year thinking it through. The only thing I'm rushing is how fast I send the point to throw your marriage away over a little cheating. Yes, Linda, I am. And not just over the cheating, though that would be reason enough. I'm done with your son, and I'm done with you. Don't be ridiculous. You think you're the first wife to catch her husband straying? It happens. You deal with it. You work it out. You don't run home crying like some spoiled teenager. Now get over yourself and come back. We're still waiting on that guest room setup. No, Linda, I'm not coming back to set up a suite for your Royal Highness and her golf-loving husband. And you know why? Because this was never about family. You didn't want me back for Stuart's sake. You wanted me back because you needed someone to clean up your mess. What are you even talking about? The debt, Linda. That's what I'm talking about. What? What debt? Don't play dumb. I took a peek into your mailbox last week when I stopped by to grab my last few things. You might want to start locking it. It was practically bursting with red letter notices. Collection agencies, utility threats, even one from a place called Quick Cash Plus. Sound familiar? You what? You went through our mailbox? That's outrageous! That's illegal! You had no right! Oh, come on. You were the one who kept saying we were all family now, remember? Family shares everything. Why not the mailbox, too? That was not what I meant. You invaded our privacy. And you invaded my life, so I guess we're even. I cannot believe this. You're accusing us of hiding debts based on some envelopes? No, I'm accusing you based on the sudden pressure to move in, your refusal to pay any living expenses, your demand for a monthly allowance, and your bizarre insistence that I be the one to handle every errand. Every doctor's appointment, every grocery run, it all makes perfect sense now. You needed a full-time unpaid caretaker and an ATM. That is a vile accusation! And yet you haven't denied a word of it. Fine, so maybe we've had a little trouble lately. The economy's rough. Your father-in-law's retirement package wasn't as generous as we'd hoped. We've had to make some adjustments. Like taking out short-term loans to fund your luxury hobbies. They are not luxury, they're essential to our well-being. His golf instructor is a retired pro. This is not some little league lesson. And my flower arranging class is therapeutic. I have an eye for it. Everyone says so. Your therapy costs over $700 a month. That's more than most people spend on rent. We're elderly. We need something to keep our minds active. And besides, what else are we supposed to do? Sit around watching TV all day? I don't care what you do, Linda. Take up bird watching, learn to knit, join a community choir, but don't expect me to bankroll your lifestyle. It was just going to be a little help. You work full-time, you have a decent salary, and you don't even have kids yet. You could have spared a few hundred for us. And Stuart could have spared you the embarrassment of being exposed, but he couldn't keep his pants on for 5 seconds. Actions have consequences, Linda, and your family's debt is no longer my concern. But if you divorce him, who's going to help us? Who's going to cover the bills? We can't keep taking out loans. Maybe don't take out any more. Maybe try living within your means. Don't say things like that. You have no idea how difficult things have been. You're right, I don't. I've been too busy managing my own health, handling a full-time job, doing all the housework your son dumped on me, and collecting enough evidence to legally destroy his reputation. I didn't have time to check on your boutique flower subscriptions. So that's it? You're really walking away? I already did. I just haven't filed the paperwork yet, but don't worry, it's coming. And when it does, you and your husband will be free to pursue your hobbies with as much debt and dignity as you can manage. Just not under my roof and not on my dime. You heartless little... No, Linda. What's heartless is latching onto someone for their labor and money and calling it family. I won't be your daughter-in-law much longer. You should start practicing how to say former in front of it. You'll regret this. I already
Amanda! So, I wanted a chance to talk to you. An interesting thing showed up in the mail today. It's, well, the divorce papers. They came in this super thick envelope and had a lawyer's office's name on the outside. It made me think, this is kind of intense for, a misunderstanding.
Please, this is not a misunderstanding, Stuart. This is a correction. The paperwork just makes it legal.
But you actually filed? I thought that was just you blowing off steam. You said, I'm done and all that, but you said it in a venti kind of way.
I don't vent, Stuart. I act. Which is more than I can say for you, unless we're talking about bad decisions or unpaid bills.
Ouch! Okay, that was a little below the belt, but can't we at least talk about this like adults? You really want to throw away everything over some harmless flirting?
That harmless flirting lasted a year, involved multiple hotel receipts, and nearly cost you your job. Let's not downplay the masterpiece of poor judgment you created.
I just wanted something new, something exciting. You've been so tired lately. You're always at work, always serious, and never pay attention to me. But her, she laughed at my jokes, even the ones about raccoons and vending machines.
Stuart, you cheated. This isn't about laughter. It's about betrayal. You turned our marriage into your backup plan.
But I always came home to you, didn't I? Doesn't that count for something?
Congratulations, you didn't get lost on your way back from your affair.
Look, I panicked. You were always busy. The house was stressful. My parents were calling me nonstop.
And instead of facing any of that like a grown man, you ran to a college student and called it self-care.
Okay. Yes, I handled things somewhat poorly.
Somewhat?
Okay, pretty poorly, but I'm trying now. I want to fix this.
You want to escape consequences. That's not the same.
Can't we just hit reset? Like clean slate, fresh start? Maybe go on a vacation together. You love beach towns, right? Let's rent a cottage on the beach.
I love beach towns. I don't love being gaslit in swimwear.
So that's a no?
That's a never.
Fine. But while you're over there being heartless, I'm stuck dealing with my parents' disaster.
Oh, you are you? Please, go on. I'm listening.
60,000. That's how much they owe. They didn't just mismanage things, they completely nuked their finances. Like, you remember the explosion scene from Terminator 2? It's like that, but instead of a playground, it's their bank account. We're talking dozens of credit cards, personal loans, subscription boxes for gadgets they don't even use. I opened one box, and it was just 6 kinds of back massagers.
And none of this occurred to you sooner?
They said they were thriving in retirement. I thought that meant yoga, not debt spirals.
But you didn't ask, because as long as they weren't yelling, you assumed everything was fine.
You're right. Okay, you're right. But now I'm stuck. They want to keep their lifestyle, and I can't even afford my own Uber Eats habit.
And let me guess, your career is circling the drain too.
It's not that bad!
Translation, it's worse.
I'm possibly subject of a teensy tiny little internal review from HR.
I see. What specifically is it for? I can think of at least 5 different possibilities.
It's for, the thing with the part-timer, the one with the cute earrings.
Uh-huh. Please continue.
She's saying I crossed boundaries, that I pressured her during a one-on-one. I only gave her feedback. She said she wanted to move up. I said I'd help her move emotionally.
That's not a defense. That's a confession with sparkles.
She's making me sound like some kind of predator. I'm not creepy. I'm just expressive.
You're just reckless. And now you want my help.
I need the dossier! You have everything! Texts, timelines, photos! If I can prove it was consensual, I might avoid getting fired!
And I should give you that why?
Because you're a good person? And you don't want to see me living in a cardboard box?
$3,000.
What? You're charging me?
That file cost me a year of insomnia and a stomach ulcer. It's not a gift, it's a product. One I never wanted to provide in the first place.
Amanda, I don't have that kind of money! I had to cancel my Netflix account! I'm wearing socks with holes in them!
Then consider selling one of your hobbies, or your ego.
What if I pay in installments? How does $10 a month until it's paid off sound?
I'm not a Walmart. There is no layaway service, nor installment plan.
How about you send me half of the file first, just to show me that you're serious about making the deal?
Not a chance. You'll just use the half I give you to prove your case and never pay up. Send the money first, then the file is yours. That's the only option you have.
This is blackmail,
I prefer to call it well-deserved consequences. You're just not used to them having price tags.
Why are you doing this? You used to be kind, supportive. You ironed my shirts. And now you're trying to extort money from me?
I was your wife. I thought I was investing in a future. Turns out, I was steam-pressing red flags.
But I don't want to divorce you!
I don't care what you want. I'm not asking your permission.
But you do need my permission! You're the one walking away! I'm trying to fix this!
No, Stuart. You're trying to salvage your life, not ours. There's the difference.
Can't we pause this? Maybe talk in person? You used to say we shouldn't text serious stuff.
And you used to say you were working late, when you were really at a motel with a girl who thought synergy was a compliment. And now that very same girl is using your career as a sacrifice to the gods of Me Too in order to propel her own career.
I don't want it to end this way.
It ended a long time ago. You just didn't notice.
I'm serious. I don't want a divorce.
And I don't want to keep cleaning up after a man who thinks apologies are a form of strategy.
Then what am I supposed to do?
Reflect, grow, pay your parents' debt, and maybe someday realize that love isn't about being rescued.
I still love you, Amanda.
Then let me go, because the version of love you're offering isn't one I can live in.
Please don't do this!
Goodbye, Stuart. You can keep the bath towels. You'll need something to cry into. Stuart finally signed, and true to my word, I sent the files after receiving every last penny that he owed me. That includes alimony, damages, and the money I blackmailed. Payment for my document procurement services. He narrowly avoided getting fired, but not before being demoted so far down the ladder he's practically underground. His nameplate now lives next to the office shredder. Fitting. With his savings drained by legal fees and my well-earned payout, he had just enough left to clean up his parents' $60,000 mess. Goodbye, spa memberships. Hello, store-brand instant noodles. They moved into a modest apartment, smaller than the walk-in closet Linda once demanded. Golf and book clubs are officially on pause, forever. Now, the woman who insisted I cater to her every whim spends her afternoons clipping grocery coupons while Stuart nags her about utility bills. As for me, I moved on. Quietly, cleanly, and with a thick file of receipts, literal and emotional, to remind me that freedom is never free, but sometimes it pays very well.
Have you cleaned the floor in the lobby yet? Cleaning up messes is just about the only thing you're good for. Or perhaps you're just loitering around to catch a glimpse of a real wedding.
I wasn't aware I had a time limit, but thanks for the concern.
You know, since you're already in the lobby, why don't you do us all a favor and mop the upstairs hallway too? That marble can really show dirt, especially after you walk across it.
I'll get right on that after I dry off. Unless, of course, you want to toss another glass of water my way.
Oh, please, don't be so dramatic. It was just a little water. Honestly, it improved the look. That knockoff bridal gown of yours was a bit dry.
Right, a little water to the face. So subtle, such a tasteful touch.
Oh, don't act so wounded. If you didn't want attention, you shouldn't have pranced around here in a dress you clearly borrowed from a movie prop closet. And besides, it's not like you belong here. This venue is for real weddings. As in, for important people, not for cleaning staff playing princess.
I appreciate the feedback. I'll let the staff know you're personally overseeing the guest list now.
Don't get smart with me, Mop Queen. We both know why you're here. You must have gotten the bright idea to stage some sad little budget ceremony in the side garden. Really, what are the odds you'd book the same venue same day as our company's most important client? Coincidence? I doubt it. Desperation's more like it.
Must be fate, or a comedy of errors, or maybe I just have excellent taste.
You with taste? I've seen your lunchboxes. You don't even season your rice. No, this is textbook pathetic. You snuck into this venue to cosplay as someone who matters. Let me guess, you're hoping someone mistakes you for a guest and lets you sit through the reception, or maybe you're waiting for the leftover cake. How fitting.
Riley, if you're going to insult me, at least make it interesting. Cake jokes, that's what you're opening with?
Don't you dare use that tone with me. You think wearing a white dress suddenly gives you a spine? Please, you're still the same timid little office mouse who wipes down my desk and acts grateful for it. And now you're standing here dripping water on imported rugs like you own the place.
I didn't spill the water, that was you, which ironically makes you the mess I'm expected to clean. Again.
Keep talking, Cinderella. The gown doesn't change what you are. You don't belong here. This wedding, this level of class, is way beyond you. It's embarrassing, really. A cleaning woman pretending to be a bride. What's next? Gowns for the janitors, veils for the interns.
And yet here you are, shouting in the lobby and assaulting people with glassware. You're really elevating the tone.
Don't get clever. You're not clever. You're background noise, and you always have been. That's why it's so laughable that you're standing there like you're starring in something. Who exactly is marrying you anyway? Some guy who sells knockoff blenders from his car?
If you must know, no, he doesn't sell blenders, though I'm sure he'd get a kick out of that idea.
Oh, so he's just some poor sap who couldn't land a real woman? I swear, the blindness of men lately must be something in the air. He actually proposed to you?
He did, yeah. He got on one knee and everything. It was terribly cliché. I loved it.
Oh, I'm sure you did. People like you cling to cliches like life rafts. The idea that someone chose you, it's honestly kind of tragic. I hope you know he's settling drastically.
Thanks, Riley. I'll be sure to read your toast at the reception. It's got just the right amount of bitterness.
Watch your mouth. You think this dress makes you equal? You think just because you're playing bride today, you've suddenly earned something? Don't kid yourself. You're still beneath me. You'll always be beneath me. And your little fantasy wedding won't change that.
You know, I used to wonder what made you so angry all the time. Now I think it's just the natural result of inhaling your own ego.
Oh, please, go get changed, scrub girl. You look ridiculous. And hurry up, the real wedding's about to start, and I don't want to be late. It's not every day you get to mingle with top clients.
May, I just got a message from one of the staff. They said something about you getting splashed with water in the lobby. Please tell me you didn't get into a fight with the champagne fountain again.
I wish it were something that dignified. No, this time it was courtesy of Riley and a full glass of water, which she very dramatically hurled at me like she was auditioning for a soap opera.
Wait, she actually threw water at you? Like, deliberately?
Oh yes, very deliberately. It wasn't even subtle. One moment I was adjusting my veil, the next I was drenched like I'd taken a wrong turn into a car wash.
On our wedding day? Are you serious? That woman needs a hobby or therapy, or maybe both.
Probably both, though I'm starting to think what she really needs is a mirror. Because if she saw the look on her face while she did it, she might scare herself into better behavior.
What even prompted it? Did she think your dress was too clean? Or maybe she's just very, very enthusiastic about helping people avoid heat stroke?
According to her, my mere existence in a wedding dress at a venue of this caliber was some kind of personal offense. She accused me of trying to play bride at a venue meant for real weddings and suggested I go mop the second floor to make myself useful. I know.
That's rich coming from someone who thinks stealing PowerPoint slides makes her a visionary.
I think she actually believes I wandered in off the street to crash a random wedding because the smell of free canapes was just too strong to resist.
She genuinely doesn't know this is your wedding.
Kevin, she still thinks I'm the cleaning lady who dared to cosplay as a bride for the day. You should have seen her face. It was this fascinating blend of smugness and confusion. It was like she couldn't decide whether to report me to security or critique my hemline.
But we told everyone at the office you made an announcement. We even sent out the save the dates with the location and everything.
Yes, and Riley just happened to be out sick that entire week. When she came back, she had already decided that I must have been excluded from the guest list because I'm beneath everyone else. I tried to explain the truth at first, but she cut me off and started monologuing about how pitiful it was that I hadn't been invited.
So she thinks she's here for a client's wedding and that you're squatting in a ball gown?
Pretty much. In her mind, I am a rogue broom wielder who managed to steal 5 minutes of fantasy before being forcibly removed from the premises, and I have to say, I admire the commitment to her delusion. She even told me I should just enjoy the leftover cake quietly and stay out of the way of the real guests.
Wow, I always knew she was dramatic, but this is bordering on performance art. Should I go talk to her? I could clear this up in 2 sentences and have her escorted out before she throws a chair.
As satisfying as that sounds, I think it'll be much more efficient to let her attend the ceremony and figure it out in real time. There's something beautifully poetic about letting the truth crash down in front of the entire guest list.
You're seriously gonna let her watch the whole thing unfold?
Oh, absolutely. I want her sitting in the front row holding a program and waiting for the bride to appear. Only to realize the woman she doused with ice water is walking down the aisle in couture and marrying the man she's been fangirling over for months.
That's honestly kind of evil. I love it.
See, this is why we work. Shared values.
You do realize she might scream or faint or try to object mid-ceremony like we're in the middle of a rom-com.
If she objects, I'm just going to tell her she's late and the cleaning staff has already been promoted to CEO's wife. Besides, what's a wedding without a little drama?
You're unbelievable, but also brilliant, and now I'm mildly terrified of you.
That's healthy. A little fear keeps the marriage interesting.
All right, Miss Chaos, let's get you out of that damp disaster of a dress and into something worthy of public gasping. Did the venue manage to get you a replacement?
They did, actually. It's not exactly what I picked originally, but it's beautiful and dry, which, at this point, is my only requirement.
Good. I still can't believe she soaked you, and right before the ceremony. Honestly, I feel like we should charge her for the dress.
Oh, don't worry. I plan to, right down to the last sequin. But first, I need to reapply some foundation and wrangle this hair back into something resembling order. I looked like a melted cupcake out there.
You still looked amazing. Slightly soggy, maybe, but very on theme for a woman about to wash someone's ego down the drain.
That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I try. Okay, go get changed. I'll make sure everything's ready to start as soon as you're done. Just signal me when you're in place and we'll cue the music and the humiliation.
Sounds perfect. Just one thing.
What's that?
Make sure Riley gets a really good seat. I want her front and center when the reality check hits.
Done. I'll even give her a complimentary program and a fan. She's gonna need something to clutch when her jaw hits the floor.
You're the best.
I know. Now hurry, your groom awaits, and your nemesis is about to experience a cinematic reckoning.
Consider me motivated.
Well, I assume you finally mopped up that little puddle you left in the lobby. I swear it looked like someone emptied a kiddie pool onto the marble. Do you realize how slippery that made everything? What if someone important had fallen?
Yeah, it sure would be a shame, wouldn't it? Gee, I wonder what clumsy, self-important moron was responsible for the floor getting wet in the first place.
Don't get cute. You're lucky I didn't tell the venue staff to have you escorted out. But honestly, I figured letting you flounder in your own embarrassment was punishment enough. Besides, it's not every day I get to witness a full-blown identity crisis in real time.
It's a special day, no doubt.
Speaking of which, where is the bride? Honestly, it's outrageous how late she's running. Making all these guests wait. It's unprofessional, it's inconsiderate, and frankly, it reflects terribly on the groom. He's the CEO of a major company, for heaven's sake, and she's treating this event like a casual dinner party. She should have been ready half an hour ago.
Yes, how dare a bride take extra time to fix a minor wardrobe mishap? Some people are just so selfish.
Exactly! See, now you're getting it. I mean, imagine if I were the bride. I'd be on time, organized, composed, and ready to impress. Not to mention far more fitting in terms of social class and overall elegance.
You forgot modesty. You're very modest, too.
Well, I don't like to brag, but everyone knows I'm one of the most polished women at the company. When you think executive wife, you don't picture someone fumbling through a hairdo in a broom closet. You picture me, poised, and again, poised.
That's 3 times, so it must be true.
And let's be honest, I've earned it. After all, I was placed on the new product development team because of my outstanding initiative and creativity. Remember that brainstorming memo I handed in? Game changer.
Oh yes, the one that looked suspiciously familiar.
Please, I crafted that from scratch. I'm what you'd call a natural innovator. You, on the other hand, are more of a sponge. You're very good at absorbing instructions.
That's one way to put it.
I wouldn't be surprised if the CEO already has his eye on me. These types of men, they know value when they see it. I'm not saying I'd go for a full-blown affair or anything, but if the marriage hits a rough patch, well, I do believe in keeping doors open. I could start as a confidant, maybe a second wife down the line, ease into it.
So, you'd be willing to settle for silver if gold's already taken?
Oh, please, I'm the platinum. It's just a matter of time before he realizes it. Besides, you can tell a lot about a man by who he chooses. If he's marrying someone sloppy and slow, it reflects poorly on his judgment. That's why I need to see this mystery bride for myself.
Do you?
Of course! I'm dying to know what she looks like. Is she tall? Short? Does she walk like she belongs here, or like she's terrified the place will invoice her for breathing? Tell me, have you caught a glimpse of her yet?
Just a little, enough to recognize her. You know her very well, actually.
Really? Wait, don't tell me it's that smug intern from HR, the one who wears ballet flats with everything?
No, not her.
Oh no, is it the VP's niece? The one who pretends to be humble but owns 3 condos?
Still no.
Then who?
Riley, it's me, the bride. It's me. I'm the one marrying the CEO today.
You're joking.
Not even a little.
You? You're the one he's marrying?
Surprising, isn't it? And yet, here we are.
No, that doesn't make any sense. This is some elaborate prank, isn't it?
I'm afraid not, but I have to say your commentary this afternoon has been illuminating.
But you're nothing. You're absolutely nothing.
Yes, Riley, I know you think I'm just the cleaning lady. You've said it enough times. I'm also the woman he proposed to 6 months ago. The woman who's been planning this day alongside him. And the one who just finished fixing her hair after a certain someone threw water at her. But don't worry, you'll still get to enjoy the ceremony. Front row view and everything.
I don't believe this for 1 second. You're making this all up. There's no way an important guy would marry you.
If you'll excuse me, I believe it's time I walked down that aisle.
Don't you dare walk away from this conversation.
I really can't spare any more time for you. There is a rather important event waiting on me, and I'd hate to delay it any further. You understand, of course. After all, you've been so vocal about how important punctuality is.
You can't just ignore me.
I can, and I will. Enjoy the view, Riley. I know I will.
I still can't believe what I just witnessed. You, of all people, walking down the aisle in that dress, marrying him. How does that even happen?
I suppose it helps when the groom is in love with you. That tends to speed things along.
No, see, that doesn't track. You're just some boring beige girl from the office who keeps her head down and wipes desks like it's a spiritual calling. There's no way a man like that looks at a woman like you and thinks, ah, yes, wife material.
Well, I never claimed to be your type. Fortunately, I'm his.
Don't get smug. You stole this. You realize that, right? You stole my chance. If you hadn't been bumped to that legacy product team, I would have been the one working with him. I would have been the one in meetings, at dinners, building rapport. And let's be honest, if I had been there instead of you, this wedding would have had a much better bride.
You mean if you hadn't stolen my memo and gotten me reassigned?
Oh, please. You act like your little bullet points were revolutionary. I streamlined them. I elevated the language. You should be thanking me, but no, you slithered off to some dusty side project, and that of all things is what introduced you to him? That's not hard work, it's dumb luck.
Maybe, but it brought me here, and it brought you here. So, I guess we both ended up where we belong.
Don't you dare act like this is some justified ending. I'm smarter, I'm better looking. I carry myself like someone who belongs in a room like this. You look like someone who got lost on the way to the utility closet.
Huh. I thought I was marrying someone who got lost on the way to the utility closet.
Huh? Wait a second. Kevin? Mr. Kevin, sir, is that you?
Why, yes, Riley. Yes, it is. Quite the monologue, by the way. Very theatrical.
Please let me explain. This was all just one very big misunderstanding. You know how things get when emotions are high and nerves are frayed. I was simply expressing a few lighthearted frustrations. It was just a little teasing, really.
Yes. Drenching someone in water, accusing them of crashing their own wedding, and declaring you'd make a better wife? All just casual office banter, right?
Exactly, you get it. I knew you would. You have a good sense of humor.
Then you won't mind if I joke back. Maybe I'll tease you by forwarding your behavior to your legal department. Or maybe I'll poke fun by having your internal reports pulled for review.
Wait, no, I wasn't intending to do anything malicious.
Oh, you weren't? You sabotaged my wife's big day, mocked her in front of clients and guests, but you weren't intending anything malicious? Because from where I stood, that's exactly what you accomplished. And the best part, you didn't even realize it was her wedding until she spelled it out for you.
I genuinely didn't know. If I'd known, if anyone had told me, I never would have.
Everyone did tell you. The office announcement went out weeks ago, but you were too busy laughing at your own imagined superiority to listen. And instead of asking questions, you just filled in the blanks with whatever narrative kept you feeling important.
But I'm not some random employee. I'm respected. I'm considered high potential. People see me as an asset.
I see you as a liability, one who mocks her colleagues, steals their work, and creates PR disasters at formal events. And before you ask, yes, I've been aware of your little high potential act for some time now. I heard from May that you're quite fond of pushing all your work onto her, then taking all the credit for what she does. That's some pretty cringe-worthy mean girl stuff there. I just didn't think it would come to a public meltdown at my wedding.
You don't understand. I was just angry. She's not better than me. She's not prettier. If I'd been given the same chance, I could have had you wrapped around my finger in weeks.
Then let me clarify something. I never liked you, not even a little. You came off as fake, manipulative, and exhausting. And every time I saw you in the office, I wondered how someone so outwardly polished could be so consistently cruel.
But I didn't know she was your fiancé.
That's not an excuse. It just makes it more embarrassing. You treated her like she was beneath you. And now that you know who she really is, you're scrambling to rewrite history.
Please, I didn't mean any harm.
And yet harm was done. And as it happens, Silk doesn't forgive. The dress you soaked, that was a custom gown worth $30,000. The replacement? The highest tier dress the venue could find on short notice. That's another $20,000. That makes a total of $50,000.
$50,000?
And that's me being polite. We haven't even factored in the hair, makeup, or the 20-minute delay you caused, which nearly threw off the entire ceremony schedule.
I can't afford that. That's almost my entire year's salary.
Then maybe next year you'll think twice before throwing a tantrum in formal wear. A check will be expected by the end of the month. You'll receive an invoice by Monday.
This is insane. You can't just drop that on me. There's got to be another way to handle this.
There was. You could have shown up, sat down, and kept your mouth shut. You could have treated your coworkers like human beings, but instead, you went for public humiliation, and now you're the one being humiliated. That's not insanity, Riley. That's symmetry.
You're going to ruin me.
Nope, you did that yourself. I'm just itemizing the damage.
I cannot believe this is happening. I was called into a disciplinary meeting this morning before I even finished my coffee. Do you know how humiliating that is?
I'm sure it felt like quite the culture shock to have someone finally asking you to explain yourself.
And then, right on cue, a courier arrives with this, a formal invoice from your husband. For $50,000! $50,000! That's practically my entire yearly income.
Oh, so he waived the emotional distress fee? That was generous of him.
May, please, you have to talk to him. Tell him to cancel it, or reduce it, or stall it. I don't care. Anything. You know I don't have that kind of money lying around.
Riley, you had no problem throwing water at a custom gown like it was an old towel. Surely you knew things like that have a price tag.
I thought it was some cheap department store knockoff. Not silk imported from Italy or whatever.
Handmade lace, actually, and the replacement gown, the venue's most expensive emergency option. Honestly, you have an eye for ruining only the finest.
May, be reasonable. I was emotional. I didn't know it was your wedding. If I'd known...
You would have thrown the water anyway, just with more flair.
This could ruin my finances, and now there's a rumor going around that I might actually get fired. Fired! I've never ever been written up before.
Well, when you ruin the wedding of our biggest client and then try to flirt with him immediately afterward, people start asking questions.
You could have told me.
I tried. You interrupted multiple times, usually to criticize my dress, my posture, or my imagined life choices.
You should have insisted.
You don't listen when people insist. You just talk louder.
May, please. We've known each other for years. You can't just stand there and let me get fired.
Actually, I'm doing remarkably well just standing here watching you get fired.
Oh my god, you're enjoying this, aren't you?
A little, but not in the way you think. I don't enjoy your misery. I just find the poetic symmetry oddly satisfying.
What the hell does that mean?
Funny you should ask. Do you remember the dozens of times you told me to clean your desk while dumping your trash in my lap?
So?
Well, I took that advice to heart. I cleaned your desk. In fact, I've been cleaning it regularly. Everything you've left behind for the past 2 years, every half-eaten lunch, every expired yogurt cup, every passive-aggressive sticky note. You'll be pleased to know it's all been collected and carefully stored.
What are you talking about?
It's in the spare warehouse. The facilities manager gave me permission to use some shelf space. You'll find it all organized by month.
You didn't!
I did. We didn't want to dispose of anything without your approval. After all, you were so particular about how things should be handled.
This is a joke. This has to be. You can't just go through my things without permission.
What's the matter, Riley? I thought I was doing you a favor. It was such a terrible mess, and I know how much you like things to be sparkly clean.
Tell me you didn't actually go through all my documents.
You're sounding awfully nervous about this, Riley. What's the matter? Are you afraid of what we'll find in those documents?
No, I just don't want you going through all my stuff, that's all.
Unfortunately for you, I didn't. HR did.
What?
Apparently, once the photos of your desk started circulating, leadership decided it was a health code violation waiting to happen. Someone from HR saw a couple documents in the pile that looked out of place, and so he checked them out, and well, long story short, you're being suspended.
Suspended? You mean I'm actually suspended?
Temporarily, while they review your conduct, they'll determine whether you're still a fit for the company.
I need to talk to someone. I need a lawyer.
You might want to talk to a doctor first.
Excuse me?
You know, just to make sure you're all right upstairs. All those years of sneering, monologuing, and thinking I was the cleaning staff who snuck into a luxury venue to steal hors d'oeuvres? That takes a special kind of mental gymnastics.
You're suggesting I need to see a neurologist?
Well, you're on suspension. Might as well make use of the time. I'm sure Kevin knows a few good names. His best friend from college is a neurologist. I can ask.
Don't you dare pretend like you care.
Who said I was pretending?
I hate you.
I'll add it to the card we enclose with your invoice. Personalized customer service.
You're a monster, May.
No, Riley. I'm what happens when the monster learns how to smile politely and file paperwork.
I swear I'll make you pay for this.
Actually, you are the one who's going to pay for this. Unless you want to get fired and go to jail, that is. In the end, Riley was officially terminated. The disciplinary board didn't even deliberate long. Her behavior at the wedding alone was grounds enough, but the dress compensation invoice for $50,000 was just the beginning. As a final act of poetic justice, management assigned her to clean out the warehouse where her own trash had been stored. Years of takeout boxes, broken office supplies, and petty printed memos were all waiting for her, just as she'd left them. And then came the real twist. Somewhere beneath the ketchup-stained folders and melted plastic forks, they found confidential company documents. Misfiled, mishandled, and now very much on the radar of upper management, she was summoned again, not for a warning this time, but for a formal investigation. Whispers of legal consequences began circulating, rumors of negligence, breach of policy, even pending lawsuits. Ironic, huh? The queen of her own kingdom was toppled by the very mess she made. As for the rest of us, we moved on. Kevin and I returned to work. The company rebuilt its reputation. And Riley, she remained exactly where she belonged. Surrounded by garbage, stripped of power, finally facing the consequences she thought would never come. Hi there, Misty. If you don't mind me asking, are you really sure you're okay with me moving in with you? Cole said you were, but I just want to be absolutely sure. I know this is a big adjustment.
Do I look okay, Harriet? Honestly, let's be real for a second. No one in their right mind would say, "Oh yay, my husband's job transfer means I get to abandon everything I've ever known in Los Angeles. Now I get to enjoy shacking up in a ranch house in the middle of a humid, mosquito-infested nowhere with my mother-in-law. I'm not okay. I'm just cornered."
I see. I just thought maybe Cole would go alone for a while, and you and Melody could stay back until things got settled. It seems like that would help the transition go a bit smoother.
What, and raise a toddler solo? No nanny, no daycare wait lists under 3 years long, no friends to cry to over cocktails? Absolutely not! I didn't marry a man so I could live like a war widow. If he's getting transferred to Cowtown, USA, then I'm getting dragged along like designer luggage.
Well, it's only temporary, I'm sure, and I know it's a big change after growing up in LA.
It's not just a change, Harriet. It's a downgrade. I left behind high-speed everything, cold-pressed juice on every corner, and a yoga studio that live streams to New York. And now I'm surrounded by what? Dollar Generals and cows? The only latte I've seen since I got here came out of a vending machine next to a deer carcass on the road.
The town does have its charms. We've got clean air, good schools, friendly folks.
Now no, please don't try to sell me the fresh air and friendly people package. That's just code for bad Wi-Fi and everyone knowing your business. This is not my dream. This is exile. Let's not pretend otherwise.
I understand. I just want to be supportive however I can.
Then great. Support me by not making this more awkward than it already is. This isn't about us bonding or braiding each other's hair. This is about survival. Mine, specifically.
I heard you mention to Cole that you were doing this for Melody.
Of course, it's all for her. I mean, not that I'd ever choose to live here, but if I spin it right... I look like a forward-thinking, nature-loving, enlightened mother. It's actually kind of genius.
Oh?
It's a total thing now. Big city moms are going rustic on purpose. There are think pieces on it. Escape the digital madness. Unplug your child. Blah, blah, blah. It's practically a status symbol now to raise your kid around dirt and bugs, but only if you post about it with good lighting and a wide-brimmed hat.
I didn't realize that was a trend.
That's because you're in it. You don't see the aesthetic, but I do. I can make it work if everything goes exactly the way I want it to.
I'll do whatever I can to help. I really mean that.
Good, because you're going to need to. I've sacrificed Beverly Hills preschools and pediatric massage therapists for this. The very least I deserve is a smooth transition into your sleepy little town.
Have you had a chance to look into schools or daycares yet?
Oh, I've already decided. I'm not just going to toss Melody into whatever local sandbox you all think passes for a curriculum.
Well, I know a few families around here. If you'd like, I could introduce you to some of the moms. We could visit a few schools, have lunch, let the kids play together.
No need. I've done the research. I want Melody in Midwood Academy.
Midwood? That's a private program, and one of the most exclusive in the whole county. It's hard to get into, even for longtime residents.
Then it's a good thing you're a longtime resident. Use your hometown brownie points and pull some strings. Say your adorable granddaughter needs a spot stat.
I can call and ask, but they usually fill up a year in advance. Even the wait list has a wait list.
Then skip the list. I didn't trade traffic and Tesla charges for rejection emails. This is why having a local mother-in-law is supposed to be useful. You know people, leverage it. Tell them I'm a high-level parent with expectations.
I'll reach out, but I can't promise anything.
Oh, I'm not asking for a promise. I'm asking for a miracle. There's a difference. And don't come back with, well, this one might work instead. There is no instead. Midwood is the only place that doesn't give me hives.
Do you at least have a backup, just in case?
Absolutely not. Settling is how you end up with kids who eat paste and grow up to work in used car finance. I've read the Yelp reviews. If it's not Midwood, it's nothing.
I'll do my best.
I hope so, because frankly, this whole adjusting to life in the country thing is already wearing thin. The bugs are louder than the people, the air smells like tractors, and I swear I saw a gas station that sells milk in bags. Bags, Harriet!
I'm sorry about that, but once you're settled, maybe you'll find it's not as bad as you think.
Maybe when pigs fly and your neighbor stops posting Facebook Bible quotes at 6 a.m. Look, I'm just trying to make this nightmare look like a parenting strategy. Don't ruin it for me.
I understand. I'll see what I can do about Midwood.
Good. I'm trusting you on this, because if Melody ends up finger painting in some church basement, I'm calling a lawyer. Oh, and before we get too cozy playing Pioneer Family, I'm texting over the household agreement I put together.
Agreement?
Yeah, just a few non-negotiables so we don't have any unfortunate misunderstandings.
Okay.
First, no additives in food. That means no boxed mac and cheese, no store-brand ketchup, and definitely no sugar-free pudding cups. If you can't pronounce it, it doesn't go near Melody's plate.
I usually cook from scratch anyway, but I'll double-check labels.
Second, we practice gentle parenting. That means no raising your voice, no guilt tripping, and absolutely no because I said so. I don't care what worked in 1985. This is a feelings-first household.
Understood.
Third, I am the parent. That means you defer to me on everything. Meals, bedtime, snacks, screen time. If Melody asks for something and you even think I might say no, you say no too. Got it?
I suppose that makes sense.
Good. I'll email you the full list. Read it, memorize it, internalize the vibe. We're not running a free-range grandma zone here. Structure is love.
I'll look over everything carefully.
Please do. I don't want chaos just because we're living in the
Misty, I have the best news. You're not going to believe it. Melody got into Midwood.
Wait, what? You're serious?
Yes, I talked to the director personally. They had one family withdraw unexpectedly, and I explained your situation. She was impressed by how proactive you were. They're holding the spot for Melody to start Monday.
Wow, okay. Huh, that's incredible.
I thought you'd be thrilled. You said Midwood was the only acceptable option.
Yeah, well, that was before I talked to the principal.
You already spoke with her?
Yep, I scheduled a Zoom the second you said they'd consider us. Wanted to make sure they were aligned with our values before I let my daughter set foot in there.
Oh, and? Something wrong?
Everything was going fine until I asked about their lunch policy. She flat out told me they couldn't guarantee additive-free meals.
Well, it's hard to control everything in a group setting.
I told her Melody doesn't eat artificial coloring, preservatives, or processed sugar. And you know what she said?
What?
She said, if you are particular about food, you're welcome to pack all meals and snacks yourself. Can you believe that?
That seems like a reasonable option, actually.
Reasonable? I did not move to rural hell to become a lunch lady. I have a life, Harriet. This woman wants me to handcraft organic, Pinterest-level meals every single day because she can't be bothered to get her food standards up to par? Absolutely not. Not a chance in hell.
I think she just meant they have to follow USDA guidelines.
No, what she meant was we don't care about your child's health. And frankly, if they're going to be this rigid, then they don't deserve Melody. I'm pulling her out.
But she hasn't even started yet.
Exactly. Better to cut losses early. I don't want her absorbing mediocrity on day one.
What if I helped pack meals? We could divide the responsibility. I'm happy to support you however I can.
Oh, no, sweetie. I don't split responsibility. That leads to inconsistency. I need you to take over completely. From now on, all of Melody's lunches and snacks will be made by you.
Me?
Yes, you're retired. You're home. You've got time. I don't. Between adjusting to this mosquito wasteland and my mental health maintenance, I've got enough on my plate.
But you're not working.
Excuse me? Just because I'm not getting a paycheck doesn't mean I'm not busy. Adapting to this rural nightmare takes energy. You don't understand the toll this takes on someone who had Whole Foods on speed dial.
I do want to help, but I wasn't expecting to take on full-time food prep.
It's just a few lunches and snacks a week. You love cooking. You're always bragging about your casseroles. Channel that energy into something useful.
I guess I can try.
Not try, Harriet. Do. Melody's health depends on it. And while we're on the subject, I need you to stop mentioning any of this to Cole.
What?
This whole pulling Melody out of school thing, let's just say she wasn't a good fit. No need to bore him with the food drama. And as for the meal prep, it'll sound better coming from you. Just say you volunteered because you love it so much.
But Misty, I don't know if I'm comfortable with hiding this from my son. Wouldn't it be for the best if we were honest with him?
Ugh, honesty is so overrated. Do you know how exhausting it is having to justify my every decision? I've got enough mom-shamers judging me on Instagram.
I don't think Cole would shame you. He just wants what's best for Melody.
Which is why we don't let him interfere with the plan. He's a sweet guy, but when it comes to child rearing, I'm the CEO and you're my assistant. He's like the board we report to once a quarter. Maybe.
That's a rather business-like way to describe it.
Parenting is business, and right now your job is snacks. Got it?
I got it.
Great. We'll start tomorrow. Gluten-free, no dyes, nothing that looks like it came from a box. I want bento box aesthetic, not lunchable landfill.
I'll look up some recipes.
Oh, and don't forget, no peanuts, or dairy, or refined carbs, or plastic containers. Stainless steel only. Melody absorbs microplastics like a sponge, apparently.
This might take some adjusting.
You'll figure it out. You're old. You've lived through harder stuff, like fax machines and dial-up internet. This is nothing.
If you say so.
I do say so. And remember, this was your idea. Keep it that way. We don't need Cole thinking his mom's being used or something.
Of course.
Good. Now if you'll excuse me, I need a eucalyptus salt bath and a 90-minute scroll break. Do not text me about lunch again today unless Melody starts physically dissolving from hunger.
I'm back. I went and got the cake from that little place in town you mentioned. You know, the one with the gold lettering on the boxes. It was a bit of a drive, but the clerk said it's their most popular design for little girls. It has unicorn sprinkles and everything.
Oh, you actually went there?
Of course. You said Melody likes pastel colors and buttercream, right? I even picked up some ribbon for the decorations. I figured we could set it all up while she's finishing her nap.
That won't be necessary.
Oh? Did you already decorate?
No, Harriet. I mean, it won't be necessary for you to do anything else today, or any day from here on out.
I'm not sure I understand.
Check the front porch. Your things are already out there, labeled and folded. You're not staying here anymore.
What?
I'm done. This little co-living charade, it's over. Thanks for the lunches and the kindergarten push and all that, but your services are no longer required.
You're asking me to leave? On Melody's birthday?
Asking? No, I'm telling. And honestly, don't act surprised. You've been circling the exit for weeks. You know it.
I thought we were going to be celebrating together today.
God, no. You hovering around with your passive-aggressive casseroles and your helpful suggestions? You suck the air out of the room. Melody doesn't need birthday memories with a clingy grandma awkwardly loitering in the corner.
I was just trying to help. I thought you wanted support.
I wanted support. Past tense. I got it. Now I want space and aesthetic consistency. I can't have you in the birthday photos looking like a Hallmark card from the 90s.
You really mean this? You want me out?
I do. The truth is, you've been dragging down the vibe for a while now. Your cooking smells like the inside of a potluck. Your cleaning habits are rustic. And you're way too invested in things that don't concern you.
Like your daughter's well-being?
Like my daughter's birthday party. So unless you want me to have to edit you out of every photo and pretend you never existed when I post on Instagram, I suggest you head out now.
I see. Well, I suppose this moment was bound to come.
Don't take it so personally. You were never part of our family. You were temporary, and now your time's up. And just to be clear, you don't get to come back. This house is ours now. Mine, Cole's, and Melody's. You don't get a say anymore.
Misty, do you actually think this is your house?
Excuse me?
I transferred the deed 2 months ago. It's legally in Cole's name now.
Wait, what?
He mentioned your family might be staying here long term. Said Melody was adjusting well, so I made the change. Quietly. I figured it'd make things easier for him down the line.
You gave him the house?
I stepped aside. That's what you wanted, right? Less of me in your way? Well, congratulations. The house belongs to my son now.
So technically, it is mine through marriage.
Not exactly. It's Cole's house now. His name is the only one on the deed.
Oh, please, as if that matters. We're married. What's his is mine. I live here. I'm raising his daughter. This is my home.
Until it's not.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying, you should be thinking more realistically about your future. If anything happens between you and Cole, you're not protected. You're a guest with a wardrobe.
You think you're clever, running around behind our backs, filing paperwork, scheming?
I wasn't scheming, I was stepping aside, but you just couldn't help pushing people until they disappear, could you?
The house isn't yours anymore, and that doesn't make it yours to threaten me with either. I don't care what title says what. This is our home, our family. You're the outsider, Harriet. Always were. And guess what? I'm not going anywhere. Not now, not ever. You can wave your little paperwork around all you want. None of it means anything. Cole would never let me go. I'm his wife, the mother of his child. You think he'd side with you over me? You're out of your mind.
You sure about that?
100%. In fact, why don't you go ahead and call him? Put him on the phone right now, and I'll have him shut this nonsense down in 2 seconds.
All right then. Give me a moment.
Hi, Misty. Everything my mom just said is 100% true. Satisfied now?
Nice try, Harriet. You really thought pretending to be Cole would work? Cringe. That thing might work on you and your country bumpkin friends, but me? Nah, I'm just a wee bit too sophisticated for that. I went to college, you know.
It's not her, it's me.
Sure it is. You expect me to believe that?
Want proof? You once told me you fake laughed at my sister's wedding toast and then cried in the bathroom because the floral arrangements were off theme. No one else knows that, not even my mom.
Wait.
Or about the time you screamed at the hotel concierge in Maui because they gave us a partial ocean view instead of a full one. You made them comp us a massage and then said it was a moral victory for aesthetics.
Okay, fine. It's you.
Glad we're clear. Now sit down because we need to talk.
Can't this wait? It's our daughter's birthday. Can we not ruin the entire day?
You already did. I'm just here to finish what you started.
Wow, dramatic much?
I'm not being dramatic, Misty. I'm being honest. I've been holding this in for a long time, and I'm done waiting for the right moment. There isn't one.
Cole, what are you saying?
I want a divorce.
No, you can't possibly mean that.
I've been thinking about it for months. I kept hoping something would change, that maybe you'd calm down once we settled, but all you've done is double down on being cruel, controlling, and completely impossible to live with.
Are you serious right now? You're saying this on Melody's birthday?
That's the only reason I waited this long. I didn't want to ruin the day for her. But since you already kicked my mom out and turned this into another Misty show, I figured there's no point pretending anymore.
You are unbelievable. After everything I've sacrificed?
You didn't sacrifice anything. You demanded everything. You came here and treated my hometown like it was beneath you. You talked down to my mother, disrespected our neighbors, and acted like raising your own child was some act of charity.
No, that is not how it happened, Cole. You're looking at this all wrong.
Am I? Because from where I'm standing, all I see is someone who wants the title of mom without doing the job. You dress Melody up for drop-off and post the photos, but my mom is the one who feeds her, plays with her, teaches her, loves her.
Are you seriously trying to say I'm a bad mother?
I'm saying you're a brand manager, not a parent.
I cannot believe you're doing this right now. Divorce? Really? What, because your precious mommy had to make a couple sandwiches?
This isn't about sandwiches. It's about how you treat everyone. It's about the principal of Midwood calling me in for an emergency meeting. Do you know how that felt?
That was completely blown out of proportion.
You tried to ban school lunches. You told the administration they should cancel the food program because you didn't trust their ingredients. You demanded other parents pitch in and cook.
I was advocating for healthier options.
You were humiliating our family. Do you know how many moms messaged me afterwards saying they felt bullied, saying you made them feel like trash for feeding their kids string cheese?
Well, maybe they should feel bad if they're handing out preservatives like candy.
That right there, that's the problem. You don't listen. You don't bend. You don't even pretend to care how anyone else feels. You just bulldoze through every conversation until people either agree or disappear.
I was trying to do what's best for our daughter.
No, you were trying to control everything. And when the world didn't fall in line, you turned on it. You turned on my mother, you turned on the school, you turned on this town.
Because they're backwards, because they don't get it.
No, Misty, you don't get it, and you never have.
Oh, please, this is all just your mother poisoning you against me.
No, this is me finally seeing you for what you are. And do you want to know the most painful part of all this? Melody likes my mom more than she likes you!
What the hell did you just say?
She runs to her, she hugs her, she laughs with her, and when she's upset, she asks for her. You're barely in the picture! You're too busy complaining about the water pressure and scheduling your mental health walks to notice your daughter slipping away!
You're such an ass. You think I don't love my child?
I think you love the idea of her. You love the Instagram version, but the real thing, the messy, loud, needs your time and energy kid, you've outsourced that to my mother since the day we got here.
So what? Now you're gonna run off and live with your mommy again?
I'm gonna do what's best for Melody, and that means getting her out of the house ruled by someone who treats everyone like they're on a reality show.
You don't mean this. You're just overwhelmed. You're angry.
I'm calm. For the first time in a long time, I'm actually clear. I've been patient, I've been quiet, I've tried to protect you from yourself, but all I've done is delay the inevitable.
You can't do this to me, Cole.
Watch me.
Hey, is Cole seriously still mad? I've been stuck in this godforsaken hotel for days waiting for him to come to his senses, but he's not trying to contact me at all. No calls, no texts, nothing. I thought he just needed time to cool off. I didn't expect him to vanish like I don't exist. He's not mad anymore, Misty. He's moved on. He filed the divorce papers already. He's gone back to work like nothing ever happened.
He what? You're telling me he filed the divorce papers without even asking me? I never agreed to a divorce. This is insane.
He told me your last conversation made things clear. He said there was no point dragging it out, that he'd waited long enough for change that never came.
Oh, how convenient. He gets to play the victim while you sit back, smile politely, and pretend you had nothing to do with this? Don't insult my intelligence, Harriet. This is your fault. You manipulated everything. You poisoned him against me. You stole my husband. You stole my child.
I didn't steal anyone. You pushed them away. Melody chose to stay with the person who was actually there for her. That wasn't you, and you know it.
She's my daughter. I gave birth to her. I'm her mother.
And then you outsourced the rest. I'm the one who helped her with her meals, sat with her while she struggled with potty training, braided her hair in the morning. You were too busy choosing lip gloss to notice she needed more than filtered photos and expensive lunchboxes.
I was showing her how to be proud of herself. I didn't spend hours getting dressed for me. I did it for her. I wanted her to grow up seeing a strong, beautiful woman who takes care of herself. That's called parenting too.
No, Misty, that's called performance. She didn't need you to be her talent manager, coordinating every outfit for maximum social media attention. She needed connection, consistency, someone who saw her as more than a prop for an Instagram feed.
You always thought you were better than me, didn't you? Sitting there with your casseroles and your smug little smiles, acting like you're so patient and wise. You think you're some saint, but you're just a meddling, judgmental, small-town busybody.
You can call me whatever you like. It doesn't change the fact that I was the one who showed up every single day while you were busy making Pinterest boards and disappearing for your mental wellness solo outings. I was cleaning up messes you didn't even know existed.
I sacrificed everything for that family. I gave up LA. I gave up my circle, my career track, my body. And this is how I get repaid? With a kicked out suitcase and a divorce paper in the mail?
You sacrificed control. That's what you lost. And now you're throwing a tantrum because the world didn't bend to your will.
You don't get to talk to me like that. You don't get to ruin my life and act like you're the victim.
I haven't once claimed to be the victim. I'm just not pretending anymore. Not for you, not for Cole, not for anyone.
Then you better believe I'm not going down alone. You're going to pay for this, Harriet. You broke my marriage. You broke my home. And in exchange for that, I want compensation. You are going to pay me $100,000 in damages for destroying my life.
Is that so?
Yes, I'm going to sue you straight to hell. Emotional distress, manipulation, parental interference, everything I can sue you for. You ruined everything, and I'm not letting you walk away like this was nothing.
Then I'll see you in court. But you should know, I'll be filing a countersuit.
What?
I've been documenting everything. Screenshots, voicemails, daily notes. Kindergarten staff and a few local moms have already submitted statements. Turns out, people were paying attention to how you treated me and what you said about me behind my back. Including those false accusations of abuse.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do, Misty. You've been telling the other mothers at the daycare that I'm an old-fashioned disciplinarian and that I've taken a belt to your daughter on multiple occasions.
That was a joke! It was just, a sarcastic quip about you and your country-style discipline.
Oh, is that right? Well then, what about when you told them that I tried to poison your daughter's food?
I was talking about all the artificial preservatives you people eat. That's the poison I was talking about. People exaggerate all the time. You're taking everything way too seriously.
Bleach isn't a preservative, Misty, so you're going to have to explain why you told them I put bleach in your coffee.
That was, trying to build camaraderie with other women who deal with their mothers-in-law?
I'll tell you what it was. You used lies to build sympathy. You tried to make me look like a monster so you could keep playing the misunderstood princess, but you weren't subtle, and you weren't smart.
You wouldn't dare take this to court. Not in this town. People talk. You'll embarrass yourself.
I've lived in this town for 30 years. You think I care what people say? Let them talk. At least they'll be talking about something true.
This is insane. You're insane.
No, Misty. I'm just done.
Fine, you win. I'll drop my claim, okay? Happy now? You got what you wanted.
It's not about winning. It's about accountability. And you're finally going to face it.
You mean you're still gonna sue me? Even after I said I won't sue you?
That's right. Nothing you could say would get me to back down, so don't bother. I think you deserve to know. I happen to be a personal acquaintance of the wife of the county judge. That's one of the perks of being a longtime resident around here. Whenever some young city slicker shows herself to be a malicious metropolitan meddler, we country folk. In the end, all that screaming and threatening amounted to nothing but noise. I followed through with mine, of course, and I won. The evidence spoke for itself. Cole and I didn't gloat. There was nothing to celebrate, just a deep, quiet relief. Misty returned to her parents' home in Los Angeles, tail between her legs. I heard they were stunned by the divorce. Once Cole explained the full story, even they couldn't defend her. They promised to take responsibility, and, to their credit, they did. She now lives under their roof, watched like a teenager. Word is, she works part-time at a gym now, making minimum wage. She spends 8 hours a day putting on fake smiles for real customers. She pays child support, not because she wants to, because she has to. It's the only way she's allowed to see Melody. But Melody doesn't cry for her. When people ask if she misses her mommy, she says, "As long as I have daddy and grandma, I'm fine." Somewhere in LA, Misty's still trying to curate a life that looks good on the outside. But the truth is simple. What she lost was real, and the peace, love, and stability of our family were never hers to fake.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.